We are live. What's up? What's up? What's up? This is the List Stream. We are Shades of Blue. I am Crunk Chocolate, and I'm here with my show bros, Tom Bomb, Sharpie Charlie. Hey, what's up, my bros?
I'm just basking in this golden hour light.
Oh, I see you. I see you shining.
I know, right? It's
shining like a star because you are one.
Well, we're gonna calm down on that. We're gonna calm down on all of that. I show up and I do a couple things. I say a couple words.
And he's modest, people. And he's modest.
Wow.
Which is the most redeeming quality. But man, it's a beautiful Thursday. Teacher Appreciation Week's been amazing so far.
We appreciate you, Sharpie.
Thank you. Got one more day tomorrow. It's the Nationals game. So free ticket to that. Gonna have some happy hour beers beforehand. Talk to y'all tonight. Life is good, man. Life is good.
And shout out to all the other teachers out there.
Police Week in DC.
What is that?
I said I have heard that it is Police Week in DC. So just
had no idea.
That's an interesting.
That's interesting. They be everywhere all the time anyway. Every week is Police Week. It's so many different services, and like you see a Ford Explorer go by, and you have to read: is it the Park Patrol? Is it DCP? I mean DCPD? Is it the White House? Like it's so much going on. It's the most secure place in America. Like I can't do anything. They're all around me. It's a lot.
We have a wonderful show today. It's been a while. We're going to link back up with the homie Sam, American Citizen. We got Kudzi coming through. She was playing with my emotions. Like, yeah, I'll join you. I think I'll join. We'll see. Let me know. Reach out to me. I'm tentative, but have me down as a yes. But also it could be a no. But we got here, so that's good. And then part of the 12 are one member of our WSL podcast, part of the Shades of Blue network, Marc, the Chelsea fan. So we got two different shades of blue and a Liverpool fan. So at least it's a successful shade of red. It's someone who knows how to win.
I love this. I love this.
Yeah.
Before we started recording, I told everyone that this is great because we don't have any Arsenal fans on, so we can be unrelentlessly bullying to Arsenal, and we don't have to hear them chirp, 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 without a trophy behind them.
Yeah, making all those excuses like Arteta was. That PSG bench, they even said we were the better side. It wasn't like the excuses he made when he was doing that post-match interview with Anita Jones, and even she was like, wait, who said? Who did you talk to over on that bench? Like
Texas chat. Oh, doesn't. It's all up, bro.
You just got here.
I mean, here's the thing, right? Somebody has to be number 2. And this is why, here's my biggest thing.
And it may not be them.
No, here's the thing. I want it to be them. This is why. I want it to be them so they can say, oh my God, we were second place 3 years in a row. Like I heard Ian Wright say it on the podcast today. And I was like, yeah, but this is your manager. 1 trophy, 6 years, 3 second place finishes. Have fun. You got it. I don't know that life. I literally don't know what it means. So if that's who you are, that's who you are.
What do they say?
I guess it's better than being 6.
Close only works with horseshoes and hand grenades. So
Yeah. Always the groom, never the groomsman. I mean, always the groomsman, never the groom. Sucks.
Oh, Tarek, what's up, my brother? How you doing? How you feeling?
I'm feeling fine. The way you asked the question, I'm like, wait, what am I missing out on? What am I being set up for?
Okay, so my show bros, they missed it. You made the announcement official. Mans is going to the City Fulham, the last match of the season.
Yes.
KDB's last match. Let's go.
Yeah. Hopefully, between now and then, nothing happens. He actually plays in that match. It makes the decision to get the KDB jersey this year all the more better because I get to wear it, that game actually.
Yeah.
So man, exciting times. It was a little bit of back and forth to figure out if I was actually going to be able to get the tickets. I've been sitting on it, and then when they finally sent me the message that morning, tickets are available. I went out and bought them really quick before they could change their mind. So exciting times.
Man.
That's major.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's
while
all
we're
good.
talking about City, let's bring on our first guest, a fellow citizen. It's in his name. He's also an American. So we got that another thing in common. And it's been a while since we've linked up with him. So this is going to be very fun, super excited. Shady Gang, give it up for Sam. What's up, brother?
Big ups.
Oh man.
Happy to be here.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
Okay. So I know first and foremost you have Florian Wirtz, but I actually want to go to he has been my dream addition to the club for a few years now, especially how badly he has been ignored and underappreciated at Real Madrid. Rodrigo, and I don't even want to do the will he won't he, I guess. What about him do you enjoy, and how do you see that translating to Manchester City if he comes?
So I think it all sort of ties in together with Verts, just because like we sort of need room in the squad, right? We had a problem for years where the squad was too small. Now we kind of have the opposite problem. And so I think it all kind of depends on who goes and how they want to refill the squad. But what I do know, and I know he's said this as well, but he told me this, that City were talking with Rodrigo last summer about coming this summer. And he said that before. This isn't like inside information
Yeah.
or anything like that. But Sam Lee from The Athletic has said that. And so I like semi believe these stories. I know they're coming out of Spain. It's kind of hard to it's kind of hard to gauge whether it's true, because Spain, you just never know. They just make things up. But,
They do. Just be saying stuff.
Speaking of, okay, small tangent. Have any of you guys seen the Luis Figo documentary on Netflix?
Oh no.
Okay.
Yes, I did watch it. I did.
Okay, it's really good. But I was just watching it the other day. It's about how he went from Barcelona to Real Madrid, which was crazy. But during that, like, there was one Spanish reporter who just said he made up a story about it. He literally said, like, I just made that up. And so after seeing that, so we all kind of knew it, but like literally the reporter in there was like, oh, I like threw in, oh, that's what it was. So apparently Florentino Perez was running for president of Real Madrid, and his promise to the people was, I will get Figo to come to Real Madrid. That was like when he ran. And this reporter threw in there in a story that Florentino Perez promises to pay for all of the season ticket holders next year if he doesn't come to Real Madrid. Perez never said it. He never said it. And he's like, I just threw it in there because I wanted to.
That pressure.
Yeah. So, anyways, tangent to say,
Sam Lee is lying.
really good. Rodrigo's really good. He is, I think, weirdly, like, he's underappreciated at Real Madrid, but I think just the addition of Mbappe just sort of left him without a home.
Mm-hmm.
He prefers, I think, to play more on the left wing anyways. He's good on all across the front line. But I think he prefers to play on the left. So having like Vinicius and Mbappe there, who both like to play on the left as well, it just doesn't really fit. And I know that's sort of Real Madrid's thing, is like, just go get the Galacticos, right? But it's just with Mbappe and Vinicius, which they're not going to sell either of those guys. Rodrigo's sort of left out. Whereas, like, yeah, he might. I wouldn't even venture to say he's not as good as Vinicius, because he's very different, and he's still he can be just as good if sort of given the chance. Mbappe probably not, but okay, those are the standards. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he is still incredible. He could still come to City and be one of our best players, almost.
Yes, most definitely.
And he would add just like almost like a world class, like star quality to City that we always want. Like we have with Holland. What's up, Charlie?
How do you, now that you're saying it and now I'm getting excited about it, right? How do you feel this actually happened in my career last year on FC 24? Rodrigo came to City, by the way. Like I really played that out and it's crazy that it happened. But we're having both Brazilians, Savinho, Rodrigo. Do you think, like you said, since you think Rodrigo is good on the left, could you see a world where they play together? And rotate with Daku and like this, and then obviously Holland in the middle and Marmouche, like that front line seems scary.
Well, that was not going to be my question. Was going to be if he does come and he wants to play on the left, that's where Marmouche is playing. We just brought him in. I feel like you're going to have both of them on the pitch at the same time. I don't think that's one of those things where one of them is rotating. And again, we're going to play whoever's the best player, but that's a lot of money invested for him to come and still not be guaranteed that left wing.
So the thing with Rodrigo is I think he can kind of play anywhere along the front line. He can play striker or he can play either wing. I think maybe primarily he'll play at least more left wing than he's played at Real Madrid. That's for sure. In terms of like where he fits, so Marmouche is interesting because Marmouche isn't like a pure left winger at all. He's more of a second striker. And like the way I guess he plays like nominally quote unquote left wing when you have Nico O'Reilly like as a left back or Yasko just like holding the width on the left. Yeah, bombing up and holding the width on that left side. Rodrigo can do that as well, but he can also just stay wide left like Doku or Grealish, where they're sort of hugging the touchline and the left back isn't the one providing the width. And so I think, he can sort of fit there. And I think like long term, you'll see Marmouche more playing off Holland than you will kind of like on the wing. Out of possession is a little like kind of doesn't matter as much. I guess the way I'm thinking about it, like Marmouche plays left wing out of possession a lot, but Rodrigo can sort of play all over. And Pep loves the flexibility, just like Doku or Savinho. Like that's what's interesting is like you could see Rodrigo and Savinho as being the wings, and you don't know which one's playing on which side, which is kind of fun. So I think it's a lot of like Pep just loves the flexibility of being able to play him anywhere, and I actually think he could play more as like a traditional striker than Marmouche because since Holland's been gone, Marmouche hasn't really been a striker. Like.
Agreed.
Hasn't really been played as a striker. So I could see Rodrigo even doing that a little bit.
Yeah. He's just so class and calm on the ball. He can score, but he's more of a facilitator, which I think he'd be a world-class player, but fits in as a team player. And I think that would be really nice. And I know he kind of tries to deny, or people get upset when you say that he's like Bengali, but it'd be really nice to have that another tick to our team UN. And so like I like it. And I feel like there are a few players from that Real Madrid side, like obviously Camavinga there are a few of their midfielders who they have to, now that Bellingham is there, that they might need to get rid of in a year or two. And especially with Trent coming in and getting his money, he's going to be stepping up and facilitating more, which will take a little bit out of like what Valverde does. And I'm actually honestly looking forward to the chaos that's going to be that locker room next year. It's going to be just so entertaining.
That's Real Madrid for you. That's just like how they operate. That's for better or for worse, that's just kind of how they do things. And yeah, I think Rodrigo
they are that they love mess.
I think so. They love mess.
They love who?
Mess, like they love trouble.
Oh, I thought you said I did not hear that correctly.
Not messy.
No, I didn't even hear that. You don't want to know what I heard.
Oh boy.
Now I kind of do want to know, but it is the lit stream, so But we'll let you slide. You ain't got to say it. You don't got to say it.
That's fair. That's fair.
No, I thought you said they love meth. I was like, what?
How do you think Vinny runs so fast?
I was like, wow.
Right.
Okay. But they
That's
sort
the
of
secret. That's the
embrace
secret.
because the weird thing is they don't really care about the Spanish league at all. So they're like, look, we don't care if our locker room's dysfunctional as long as we're together for like 8 games. We're good. And like Carlo was kind of like the master at just like getting them to get along, which is why I'm really curious to see who their next manager is, because like you kind of just have to be a really good manager and not be so tactical, because that's sort of just how you manage all their personalities.
Good question, Mark. Good question.
To that point, though, I do think Javi Alonso has something like he's going to be different than Carlo. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he is a different generation, different tactic.
Yeah, he's younger.
I feel like he's gonna push them in a different way, which is probably gonna be good for them, because we know Carlo, he just stands there and go vibe. Versus like, no, here's a system.
Eyebrow.
That's kind of what Zidane did too. Like that's like those are the guys that work at Real Madrid who are just like, you guys are superstars. I'm gonna let you be superstars.
Well, and I was gonna say, because and I don't pay super close attention to Bayer Leverkusen, but it feels like his system is a lot more structured. And so when you come into a team that's more vibes and just go be world class, just go up there, be world class, and we'll figure it out. We'll get past most teams. I'd be interested to see how that's actually going to work. I feel like there's going to be, I don't know. Even this season, I don't think went well. The addition of Mbappe to me was a net negative. So, to see how it works next season with a different style of manager. Go ahead, Charlie.
I was gonna say, like, it actually, I got scared because if they run a 3-4-2-1 or 3-4-3, like, and
they can't do that.
But here's the thing: you put Trent as a wing back, right? He's already further up.
Yeah.
It would take somebody on the left to move up, whatever. But like, they have enough center backs who should be healthy next year. They could like Trent whipping in those balls to Mbappe and Vinny. Yeah, that would be very. It's like when he used to play them to Firmino and Salah and what's his name, Mane. Like they're going to be better. They can't be worse than they were this year, and they're really good this year. They're just not excellent. And obviously, Mbappe didn't have the first season that Haaland did, right? Like, Haaland came in and won everything. And Mbappe's like, oh, I'll just win the Golden Boot or the Pichichi or whatever. Like, that's it.
Well, see, I think it's more about the lack of, or, maybe lack of is too strong, but the chemistry. It's not about the on-pitch ability. We know they're all super talented individually, but when you try to put them together to play together and play for each other, I don't know that I see that every week in and week out. Again, I don't watch them that closely, so maybe I'm wrong, but I think someone's going. It's again. I think I said this, I don't know, last week or whatever it was, but it's like when LeBron and Chris Bosh showed up to the Heat. Somebody had to make the decision that I'm going to take a step back. We can't all be, option 1A. Somebody's going to have to be 1B, and somebody else is going to have to be option 2. You're not even 1C, you option 2. So, they got to have to figure that out. And I have not seen to this point a willingness from Mbappe or from Vinny Jr. to be like, you go be the man. And you go be Batman and I'll be Robin. I don't know that, but again, I don't pay close attention. So we'll see.
I think the interesting thing about Xabi Alonso is like his Leverkusen team presses like intense. Like they love to press. Like they are very Pep style. And when he sees Vinny and Mbappe, who don't move when Real Madrid don't have the ball, good luck. Good luck with that. Like you're essentially playing 9 players when you have the ball, or when you don't have the ball. So if he can get Mbappe, Luis Enrique couldn't get Mbappe to press. Like I know we've all seen that clip of him like screaming at Pape saying, Jordan played defense. You need to also. So good luck to Xabi Alonso, but that's going to be on their sort of radar is like you have two guys at the front that really give you nothing out of possession.
Let's pivot away from Real Madrid real quick.
Good idea.
Yes. Let's talk about we touched on Xabi Alonso leaving. So his former club, Bayer Leverkusen. There's a player that I think the majority of the people on the screen would like him to come in Florian Wirtz. Sam, break down what you think that Florian Wirtz's role would be in Pep's system next season if he were to come to City.
Yeah, so he would be not exactly a like for like Kevin De Bruyne replacement, but like, I mean, in terms of like the creativity that De Bruyne gives, he's the closest person out there, and he's the definitely the best person that can actually reach the levels that Kevin De Bruyne reached. Like he is like a Ballon d'Or level player. That's not like he's already one of the best players in the world at Bayer Leverkusen, and so he's different in that like Kevin De Bruyne was kind of like he was like a physical freak, right? Like he could just like he was powerful, and he was like a dump truck just going through the midfield. Wirtz is not that. He's like really majestic, almost like a little bit of David Silva, but just has like the passing, and he's incredibly quick, really good sort of like in between the lines, and he'll give a lot of that. He's much more of an attacking midfielder like Kevin De Bruyne. Still gives you like the vision that De Bruyne has, like where De Bruyne will make one pass or another one every game where you're like, how did he see that? Or like, nobody else could make that pass. Like Wirtz makes those passes. Could he play together like Silva and De Bruyne, him and Foden? Yeah, I think so. They're very different players. Like Foden is much more of a dribbler, I think, and Wirtz is not that. So I think their skill sets actually can balance each other out pretty well, and they can be like the two players that play off of Haaland, because that's sort of like how we set up when Erling Haaland is in. Is generally like a 3-2-5 or a 2-3-5, and so you always have these two guys that are playing off of Haaland, and I can see Wirtz and Foden both playing off of Haaland in possession because they just offer different things, and they're both really good with spatial awareness, and so they're so intelligent that they could both give something different. It's not like when you see certain teams and they have like two players that are incredibly similar and it just doesn't work. I don't think that's how they are. I think he's a very different player than Foden.
Okay. I guess. Oh yeah. This question: could Wirtz and Foden play together like Silva and KD?
Oh no, you just put that up.
Yeah, it was up before. That's why I answered it.
Oh, sorry. I was doing something else. Okay, cool. Hold on. Are we gonna? Oh, Daniel. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, come on. Come on. Look, like,
hey, comeback season's come. He's on the way. Comeback season, baby.
Like, progress is never linear. Like, never. Like, you could have one really good season and then one season when you're down. Like, first off, I know it's not out there in the public, but like, it seems pretty obvious that like Phil is dealing with something off of the field this year.
Medically, yeah.
Like, he sat out games where he wasn't injured. Like, we've sort of heard just quotes about it, but like nothing. Obviously, like that stuff probably shouldn't ever come out in the news. But like, there's clearly something going on that none of us know about, and like that can obviously affect a player. So like, Phil is brilliant. I'm honestly not worried about him really at all. Like, yeah, Hazard disappeared one season. Like, that happens. You can't like success and progress is just, it's not linear. It's never linear.
That's actually the scariest thing about Haaland is that he keeps scoring goals every year. Like, he hasn't had like a 15 goal season where it's just like it didn't click. Like, his bad season is like this one, right? Like 30 goals is like bad year. It's like, wait, what? Like, that's so many goals.
His bad
Arsenal will love
season
that.
was last season when he like underperformed his XG, and he still
That's
scored
right.
1 million goals. But like,
Yeah.
if he like finished normally, even this season it's been better. But like compared to all of his other seasons, like this season and last season have been quote unquote poor, and that's still just scoring 1 million goals.
Yeah.
So, normally, Sharpie, you're the dude that's going to the stats, but I went to the stats, went up to
Ooh.
FB Ref,
Ooh.
and I pulled in Rodrigo, Jeremy Doku, Florian Wirtz, Savio, and Mr. Phil Foden.
Oh.
And if I just look per 90, right? I don't care about other stats. Let's look per 90. So if they were all getting 90 minutes per match, as far as goals scored, Phil is at 0.48 goals per 90. Next highest on that list is Florian Wirtz at 0.31. Then it's Rodrigo at 0.28. If you look at assists per 90, it's Florian Wirtz at 0.38. Then it comes Savio at 0.34. And then Doku at 0.28 after that. So, it just really goes to, because like Phil 0.48 versus 0.31 goals. If you do goals plus assists, it's 0.71. Florian Wirtz is 0.70. We all, not all, but a lot of City fans are on the Florian Wirtz train. And if you just look at the numbers, it's like, him and Phil are right neck and neck. And so if Phil gets back to, and I think sometimes it's easy to take Phil for granted because he's been here and he's been here a long time. He's no longer the shiny object, the new toy to play with. But on his day, Phil is incredible. And if you had all of those players, or even if you took Rodrigo out and you just brought in Florian Wirtz and you still had Foden and the rest, I mean, that's an insane. Doesn't even include Holland. Doesn't even include Marmoush. I probably should have put Marmoush in this conversation too.
Morgan Gibbs White as well.
MGW, yeah. So,
Yes.
I think he's going to be the engine in the midfield. I don't think his numbers are going to. He's going to be like, we're going to say it's not about G&A with him. I think he'll get a couple goals, like we've seen with Kova, like we saw, even when Rodri was before he got hurt, he was picking up goals. I think you'll see Morgan Gibbs White get those types of goals, crashing back post or crashing front post while Holland is on the back post, whatever. But I don't think it'll be about the numbers for him. It'll be about what do you do on the press defensively? What do you do, driving out of midfield to get the ball up the pitch? I think we're going to see just that engine in the midfield from him. That'll be more important than whatever he does stats wise. But it's going to be exciting times, especially if we do pull this Wirtz.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Before we get you out of here, though, Sam, I would like to hear a score prediction. How are you feeling about City's chances against Southampton?
Oh, I think it'll be like 3-0 or something. Southampton stink. They are not a good team.
That's fair.
And I think, we'll have a week off. We've been playing our best as of late. I mean, like the results at least have been playing our best. And I just think Southampton is just really, really, really bad. And so,
yeah, I'm with you.
I feel pretty confident. I'll say 3-0.
Can we advance a week? What are you thinking about the FA Cup final?
The FA Cup final is tricky because, like, I think when we played Palace a couple weeks ago, that 5-2, I think that was probably the best game City's played all season. They got the 2 in the beginning. One of them, they sort of like cut through us. The other one was more of a terrible mistake on our part. But even when it was 2-0, like we created a million chances. So I feel pretty confident about it just because I don't think Palace has Palace was out there. They were flying when we played them last. And so I still feel pretty confident, but you never know. It's a cup final. But I also think like City will be up for it because they kind of have nothing else to play for other than second place. So
yeah, I know their manager, the Crystal Palace manager, was like, "Oh, we're gonna have something for you next time around." Not saying those words, but paraphrasing. So it'll be interesting to see how Pep takes that kind of a challenge being thrown down to see, "Oh, we're gonna have something for you." Okay, come on with it. And again, like you said, it's the only chance for a trophy, some silverware this season. So you expect all the players to be up for it.
Mm-hmm.
Is he the only City rep on here today besides us?
Yep.
Okay, I gotta ask one more question. Holland said we have not been good enough. I've not been good enough. We've talked about the injuries and all that stuff. What are your thoughts on Holland just saying that the team just hasn't been good enough this season?
I love it.
And not just good enough, but just like the hunger wasn't there.
No, it's very natural for a team that's won 4 Premier Leagues in a row to drop their levels. Like I'd say it was an anomaly that it didn't happen sooner. And so the fact that, like, I think what I love about those comments is he knows what needs to be done. All of these players that will be back next season, which is maybe like half of them, all of these guys that will be back next season, they know what needs to be done. They know they dropped their level. They know the standard. And so seeing that from Holland, that shows leadership. And that shows, like, they know what they need to do. And they know they haven't been good enough. Like, earlier in the season, you'd hear it from Pep, and he'd say, like, I think we're good enough, but I don't have my players or whatever. Like, he obviously wasn't saying that in private. Now he's sort of saying it in public, and the players are saying it in public. Like, we know we haven't been good enough this year. Just wait till next year. And I think that'll sort of give them the hunger back looking at this season. And so I think that shows leadership. I think Holland's going to wear the armband one day.
I was going to say that was my takeaway. It's like, hey, he's demonstrating some leadership that we only typically see from the other more senior players on the pitch. And so he's putting his, again, the 10-year contract, but also saying, hey, I'm here for the long haul. I can be a leader on this team. So I know we got to get you out of here, man. So I'm gonna stop talking. Appreciate you though.
So I guess one last thing is, like, when you look at it now with the way the squad's gonna turn over, like Holland, Foden, Rodri, Ruben Diaz, like those are the leaders of the team now. Those are like the old guys, as weird as that sounds. They're gonna be the ones that sort of set the standard. So yeah.
Please plug yourself and let people know where they can find you and the things that you do.
Yeah. You can find me on Twitter at Cityzen America. I also have a Blue Sky, but I don't think I ever use it anymore just because, like, keeping up with one Twitter is kind of enough. So I can barely do that. So find me on Twitter at Cityzen America. I appear sometimes on the 9320 podcast as well to talk sort of more in-depth tactics and things like that.
Hey, yes, brother. It's great to have you on. We'll have to have you on during the summer and chat some more, especially with all the chaos that's happening that will be happening with the roster.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
Thanks so much, Sam.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate you.
Okay. Let's go. Next guest. I see change their background to reflect a red side. The Scousers. Shady King. Give it up for Kudzi. So much red behind you. Oh my God.
Is this like our guard of honor? Is this our guard of honor for Liverpool?
You can do it if you want to. It's up to you.
I'm going to do Bernardo Silva. I'm Bernardo.
Why do you think I'm off camera right now?
Tom, you gotta come back, Tom. No, I just thought that, I can't come into the stream. The last time I spoke to Crunk, we were still kind of discussing whether or not they'd be able to do it, because I think that was back in like January, right?
Yeah.
And so I thought it's only right for me to enter the stream this way, just to briefly show what happened since then. And yeah, I mean, look, your team wins the Premiership and you don't brag. What's that about? You gotta feel yourself a little bit about it.
That is true. And the last time that you did win the Premier League, you really couldn't because it was COVID.
Nobody was there.
Yeah,
Exactly.
You gotta make up for lost time. Oh my. Okay, I want to start here because in the private chat that viewers won't know, you kind of let us know that you also don't mind Real Madrid, but more specifically, you called Trent a rat. And
I put it in quotes.
Oh, okay, so you don't mean that. You just understand. You're just talking about how people are calling him that.
Yeah, to be honest, like just to kick off the whole Trent thing, right? I'm 50-50. So the chatter, like if you tapped into Liverpool, you knew that this has been going on longer than the media is, kind of portraying it. They're making it seem like, oh, it was a sudden thing. It happened like
a couple
of weeks ago. Yeah. But this has been in the works for like 2 years. So if you tapped into Liverpool, you had an idea. You weren't sure, like maybe 2 seasons ago and maybe a season ago, you weren't 100% sure, but you had a feeling. And then just as things progressed, more stuff started to come out kind of like from people who are, what do you call them? ITKs or whatever. Who are a lot more tapped in than I am, especially in Liverpool. So they started to kind of drop things that here and there that, him and his agent / brother are moving kind of funny. Don't be surprised if, he doesn't sign a new contract and stuff. So by the time it became official, the Ornstein bomber and all that, most Liverpool fans are kind of like, yeah, okay, we kind of saw this coming. We knew it was coming. It sucked that it happened the day that he then performed really, really badly against Manchester United. And for me, if anyone was on my Twitter feed that day, I just said, brother, if you play like that in Madrid, you're not going to last the season. That's it.
I think with Trent, I feel like the writing has been on the wall because in football, when your contract runs down, one or two things are happening. Either you're an older player who's going to leave on a free because they don't want you back, or you're great enough to where you go to Real Madrid, right? It's one of those two. Very few contracts get ran down to the end. Like we see with KDB, this was happening with Trent. There's already talk about them waiting on Saliba and Konate. Sorry about that. Like they always plan for this. That's how they got David Alaba, right? And Rudiger. Like they just getting their next generation of black center backs. Los Negros and Blanco. So this is the way flow moves, and this is how you negate having to spend on players. I will say, I think Trent's been incredible. I saw talk of him being the greatest right back in PL history, and I'm like, did Kyle Walker die? Did he never play? I don't know. But
I can put it out there now since he's no longer going to be a Liverpool player. Like we covered for that guy. We covered badly for that guy with how defensively suspect he is. I can say it now. He's not my team anymore. I don't care. So, he's
always been a wing back and not a right back. He's been a wing back, not a right
even back. As a wing back, even if you put him in the middle of the field, like if you ask him to mark anyone, he can't do it. So even as a wing back, he's gonna suck defensively. So I don't know what we're doing here. Like if Real Madrid want to go get involved in basketball matches, sign Trent. But if you actually want defensive solidity, Danny Carvajal has to start in the big games. Simple as that. Which is going to be interesting because Trent does not want to be left out of the big games. He's going to be there no, I have to start. And it's going to be me. And it's going to be me, Trent, me, Jude, me, Killian, me, Vini. Good luck to whoever's coming in next season.
Even with this, he's not a right back. I get why people say that, but
no, he's a right back. No, he's a right back.
I was gonna say, it was like, have you seen him play in midfield? He's not a midfielder. Yeah. He actually needs that space and those angles. That's like what makes his crosses so like dangerous. That just the crazy angles and the space that he has to kind of tee up his shots. When he's in midfield and there are players pressing on him, he also has to run a lot more. That's not his vibe.
And he can't position to save his life. So his positioning body-wise, he can't even do it at right back. Why would he be able to do it in midfield where you really, really need to understand positioning? So no, he's a right back. Leave him out there. I mean, I heard someone say something funny. Like I think it was someone on Sky Sports or Talk Sports or something like that. And they were all like, oh yeah. He's not going to face the same kind of attackers in La Liga that he faces in Premier League. So he won't have to defend as much. And I was like, you guys don't watch La Liga at all, do you? You really, really don't. You only think that Barcelona is going to be the only team to trouble him, but we'll see. This is someone who does watch Real Madrid on the regular. The problem isn't their defense. The problem is the midfield. And until they fix that, you can buy anyone you want. They're going to suffer even against I don't know, Valencia, this version of Valencia, which is pretty awful right now.
One question about Trent. Oh, go ahead, Terry.
No. Go ahead.
Okay,
I'll get
real
mine
quick.
after you.
Do you think that there is a way, like you said, fixing the midfield? Could you see him developing into the new Tony Cruz?
He'd have to take instruction. Like, honestly,
Sure.
Trent's biggest issue is that he doesn't take instruction. Like,
Mhm.
whether it was Klopp, whether it was Slot, like with Klopp, because he covered for him, like by, positioning the midfield in a way that kind of covers for him, making sure that that right-sided midfielder does most of the tracking back, does most of the defending, drops back when Trent goes forward. When Slot came in, he tried to, because this is one of the reasons why Liverpool brought on Slot, was that he's actually very good at training individuals, like saying to them, this is where you need to improve, blah, blah, blah. And he tried that with Trent. And, well, I mean, I don't think he got better defensively over the season, so I don't think the instruction stuck. And obviously, it didn't stick with someone like Darwin Núñez. So, I don't know. Like, to be honest, he has to be willing to learn or unlearn things. And I just don't see him being that, because he's got it in his head now that he's going to be the first right back to win the Ballon d'Or. And, I mean, good luck there, man. Good luck. Seriously, that's his thing. He's like, I don't know if you, like I said, I'm a Liverpool fan, so I've been tapped in. So initially, when he first signed his contract, he was talking about he wants to be Liverpool captain, he wants to stay forever, blah, blah, blah. Fast forward like 2 seasons, he's now like, I want to win the Ballon d'Or, I want to win lots more trophies. Like, his positioning changed completely. And everyone, when he said that he wants, and this is him, by the way, not press saying it, he said it, that he wants to win the Ballon d'Or, and everyone's like, as a right back, that's not happening.
So I guess my question is,
Wow.
and I'm not a Liverpool fan. You are, obviously. I don't even necessarily, I'm not a Trent fan. The whole, this means more, I'm not a fan. But what I will say is it feels to me a little bit over the top, the reaction that he's getting with him leaving, because again, he was there for, what is it, 20 years through the academy, youth, all the way up till now. He played his contract out. He didn't walk away or whatever in the middle of it. So it feels like, I see people burning the jerseys and I see the snakes and all of this stuff. And I know you were joking when you called him a rat or whatever, but it just feels like the reaction is so strong to Trent leaving. And it reminds me of when Sterling left. And I'm trying to understand, what is it about those players that, because I don't recall that kind of a reaction when, say, Mane left. I don't recall that reaction when, and again, maybe I just wasn't paying attention, but when, there was a little bit of reaction when Coutinho left, but people leave all the time. Why is it so strong in this case with Trent?
Yeah, so Trent, it's a little similar to Sterling in the sense that, especially for, like, I can't speak because I'm not from Liverpool. I'm not in Liverpool, right? But the people there, especially for them, it hurts more because these are guys who came through the academy. Mane didn't come through the academy. Henderson didn't come through the academy. Like, all the players that Liverpool have sold, over the years, or have left on freeze or whatever, most of them, the majority of them, haven't been players that came from the academy and established themselves in the first team. Like Sterling, when he left, he was on the cusp of being like, huge. Right. And of course, as if you're a Liverpool fan, like even me as an outsider who isn't from Liverpool, it sucked because I was like, this dude is going to be great. And we brought him through the academy. I think we got him from, I can't remember which other team it was, but he was like in our academy for a while. And then he got onto the first team. So Trent, as a person who's literally born and bred in Liverpool, came through the academy, came through all the ranks. And again, like we said before, when I was talking about Klopp and how Klopp kind of changed the system to make sure that we covered for him, covered his deficiencies. As a Liverpool fan, if you're watching someone come through your academy, like, for example, I think Foden came through your academy, right? Now, forget the past season that he's had. Imagine if he's had like another fantastic season. You've brought in a new coach, and this new coach has just won you a title, and you feel like you guys are on the cusp of another big run, another big dominating run. I'm not saying that Liverpool will go on a big dominating run, but it feels like we're on the brink of being like really, really strong again. And then Foden says, you know what? Actually, even if you give me the same amount of money that Real Madrid is offering, I don't want it. I still want to go. And this was like a season or so after saying that he wants to stay at City, He wants to be the captain. He wants to stay at City forever. So I think that's where a lot of the vitriol is coming from the Liverpool side, like the people within Liverpool, because again, they know him, they know his family, they know his brothers, they know his brother, who is also his agent, who was, let's just say he hasn't been moving well throughout this whole thing. He's been doing things that, you know, if you're a Liverpool fan, it's going to rub you the wrong way. I personally, as someone who's on the outside, I'm just like, dude, you know, whatever you want to, don't lie, don't pretend, don't say it was a hard decision. You just want more money. You want the fame. You want to be in Madrid because Jude told you it's great. Go. Just stop pretending. Just go. And for me, I'm just like, it sucks that in terms of frustration that we didn't get anything for him. He's leaving on a free. That's what kind of sucks for me personally, because you guys know, like, we're a team that's run by, we sell a player for a lot of money and then we use that money to buy other players. So it'd be nice to be able to get, like, I'm not saying 50 million, because no way. If we were going to sell Trent, we want closer to 100 million. But it would have been nice to get like a proper fee for him. And he could have facilitated that, but he didn't, because he allowed Real Madrid to get into his head and then decided to leave for free. And it's interesting because, sorry, I know I'm talking about Trent for a while, but it's interesting I think personally, he didn't expect us to win the Premiership this season. I think he thought that there was going to be a drop-off, so that if he decided to leave, he'd be like, well, you know, I'm being offered a better deal here at Real Madrid. I don't think he expected Real Madrid to be as bad as they were, and I don't think he expected Liverpool to be as good as they were. So he did all of that, and then he realized, oh, okay, that's actually not what's going on, but it's not too late. I can't, like, you know, suddenly be like, okay, Real Madrid, wait, give me something, give them a fee or something. And I think they came in January. It's something like, what was the fee that we reported in January? I can't remember. It was something really, really low. And everyone knew. They were like, no, Liverpool's not going to accept that. Yes, he's going on a free, but there's no way we're accepting. I think it was like 10 mil or something. It was something
hilarious.
It was something very, very, very low. I can't remember what it was, but even when I saw the number, I was like, Real Madrid are playing games. Like, honestly,
they're so disrespectful.
Real Madrid, but why would you not? I mean, why would I pay you any more than, you know, rock bottom prices? Because he's not going to leave in January. Yeah.
That was even have the money? Do they have the money? Because they give it all to their players weekly. So it's like, do they have the money to really be offering for transfers?
They have
the money, but what it was, for whatever reason, someone advised them to put in that bid in January, which to me, it's not like them. Like, I'll be completely honest, as someone who does follow Real Madrid, it's not like them to put in such a paltry bid in January to a team, you know, is chasing at the time that they were chasing a lot of like different cups, right? We were still in the League Cup, still in the FA Cup, still in the Champions League, you know, chasing the league title. We weren't going to let him go. Like, it makes no sense to come in with a low bid.
I think, you know, again, I don't know this, obviously. Well, how would I? But, you know, if you're Trent's brother, who happens to be his agent, it just says, hey, put an offer in when they're not going to accept it. No one expects them to accept it. So now when I do go on a free, I can say, well, there was an opportunity for you to get money. It may not have been what you wanted, but that was your choice. It wasn't my choice.
That's so
it's your choice.
He's got a point. The problem was
he does.
No, the problem was the offer was too low.
Yeah.
And anyone with two working eyeballs and a working brain would have been like, okay, yes, you can use that excuse now at the end of the season and be like, oh yeah, but the offer came in, you guys should just let me go. But everyone who understands the position that Liverpool were in January would know that excuse isn't going to work come the summer. It's not going to fly. It's just not going to fly.
So there's an offer, as I understand it, there's an offer of like £1 million or €1 million, whatever, for him to leave early and be able to be available for the Club World Cup. Do you let him go, take the $1 million and just call it a day? Or do you say no just out of spite?
To be honest, if it was me, out of spite, I'd say no. But
I love the honesty. I love to be like, nah, I'm not making it easy on you, my guy.
No, I'd be like, you want to leave like the golden boy or whatever. And even like, I don't know if you guys saw the video that he dropped. I don't know if you guys saw the comments, man, because no one was buying it. The only people who are buying it is all the media people that he's briefed to say, make it look good, make it look good, make it look good. But in terms of like actual Liverpool fans, most people are just like, dude, just leave. Just go. Just go. Stop talking, stop pretending, stop saying you love us, whatever. Just leave. We know you're going, just go.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Yeah.
Okay. So thinking about the current squad, there is a man who wears number 9 who's been terrible. He's been a waste of bread. I don't even want to say the number. You know the number. I won't say the number. If you want to say it, feel free. It's just such a bad sign, right? What are the plans to get another 9 in? Who are the targets that are in the in the ether? Who y'all looking at to replace that blank spot?
Yeah, so we all know he's going. I think that isn't a surprise that he's going to be sold in the summer. I'd be shocked if he actually stays past the summer. Like, I genuinely would be shocked. And maybe that's because just no one came in with a bid for him that felt right.
Day one transfer. Get out.
Yeah, but as far as I know, they want him out. Like, again, Slot was brought in to also work with the players that were there. One of them was Nunes. His job was to try and see if he can coach him to be, more effective in front of goal. And we all know that didn't happen. We all know it just, for whatever reason, it's not working with Nunes at Liverpool. And that's fine. Sometimes you get a player that comes to a club and it doesn't work and they go to another club and it works. That's perfectly fine. But here it's not working and he's probably going to be gone in the summer. In terms of like transfers, I've learned a long time ago to stop paying attention to the transfer media and the transfer news, especially when it comes from Liverpool, because sometimes it's correct, but more often than not, it's not. And you will just get a surprise. Like one day we'll just wake up and be like, oh, they signed. Like I remember when they signed Alisson, no one in the media reported it. No one. And I just woke up one morning and, because of time zones and stuff, I missed the news. But I woke up one morning and my Twitter is like full of like Liverpool friends who were like celebrating. I'm like, what are we celebrating? What's going on? It's like, oh yeah, we signed Alisson. I was like, what? When? kind of thing. So for me, I've stopped doing that. I like with Liverpool, you can't tell because sometimes the media is right, but a lot of times it's completely off.
That's fair.
Before we get you over here,
go for it, Tom.
I do want to talk about your other striker. When is Olivia Smith leaving? Like, and are you hearing anything like?
Gladly want to.
Don't even. I don't even want to think about that. I do not even want to think about that. What I want to hope and think and feel is that Liverpool are going to keep progressing. We're becoming great, and she's going to stay forever. That's what I'm thinking. I don't even.
You
want
did
to think
not
about
believe any part of that sentence. None of that sentence had any
Especially not without a coach.
That was a whole lie. I've never seen someone lie with so much hope. Like, I hate when people lie in my face. Don't do that. It's our first time meeting. Don't lie in my face like that. It's cool though. I mean, you got ambition, but is it City or is it Arsenal? Is she gonna break the color barrier, Arsenal? Is she gonna be Jackie Robinson?
Listen,
oh my god!
Listen, if she wants
That's
to,
massively disrespectful to Alex Scott. First of all, damn.
No, in this generation, but this, to reintegrate Arsenal. Is she gonna reintegrate?
That's hilarious.
Sorry, just give me a second because
I'm just hoping that Alex Greenwood could reach out to her and be like, hey, from a Scouse who.
Hey, Kronk, can you put Marc's comment up there? Because that's some bullshit. How dare you come
I
on
know.
the damn screen?
Hold on.
The unmitigated gall.
The Bible.
The audacity.
This is the greed that they talk about in the Bible.
This is for you.
You suck.
No. That's why you
Okay, but Kudzi, but
get out of here.
for real, who's your coach? Who's your coach gonna be?
I have no idea. I have no idea. Right now, for me, for the women's side, I'm more focused on making sure that Fuka signs a new contract, that Taylor Hines signs a new contract.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like there's one more person, I'm blanking on who it is, that I had 3 people that I wanted. Oh, Sari Holland. I wanted her to sign a new contract as well. So for me, that's the focus right now. Because if you have those pieces in place, not to say it doesn't matter who the new coach is, but at least you just have to get a decent coach and you can build from that. If you keep those kind of pieces within the team, obviously Olivia Smith is a massive, massive piece. The fact that we got her, and I don't know what the rest of y'all were doing, letting her slip through to Liverpool. I don't know what y'all were thinking.
I mean, I don't think we already had Mary. Like we had Mary Fowler. We just re-signed him.
I still would have.
In theory,
I still would have taken her.
Is in her prime and should be playing, but her and the manager were playing games. I don't like. That's why he's not there anymore. I don't.
Because if you look at like Olivia Smith isn't that old. You could have easily just put her in and said, "Listen, we can loan you out. You're the future. We'll loan you out to Liverpool, and then in a couple of seasons." You can come back and you'll be the mainstay for the team. Like I genuinely, when she signed for us, I was shocked because I was like, how did we manage to get her before Chelsea, before Arsenal, before City, before United even? How did we do that?
No, that's fair. That's fair. Well, please plug yourself. Let people know where they can find you and the things that you do.
Yeah. So I am on Twitter at Kudzi. What is it again? Kudzi M88. I'd forgotten. And I'm also on Blue Sky under the same handle, but I don't use Blue Sky that often. Sometimes I pop in and I might see things, but to be honest, you're more than likely going to reach me on Twitter.
But I mean, really won't even see him on Twitter either. Like just phantom posts, just every now and then.
Yeah, when I like Crump knows, when I stopped writing, I kind of just went into full like stepping completely back from being a personality, so to speak. I'm more of just a fan now. I just watch my teams and that's it.
Yeah, I love it. As long as you keep coming here and talking football with us, you do whatever you want, obviously.
Yeah. I think we talked about potentially coming back at the end of the transfer window.
Yeah, no, I'd love that.
Oh, that would be fun. That would be real fun.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Hey, Pokemon Go.
Oh, well, you have a good rest of your
wait, before I sign out, since he is here, Devin, this is for you. Not Crunk, this is for you.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you, Devin. I appreciate you for your help. Oh, well, you have a good rest of your evening.
Thanks for having me, guys. And good luck with the rest of the season. I know y'all have an FA Cup. Just for fun. I think it'll be fun if you win it, just so we can all laugh at Arsenal again. So
yes, we'll be joining in that.
Yes,
a whole lot of game.
So I hope you win.
Devin, they don't love you that much.
That's hilarious.
Number two forever.
You said, what was it? You said always grooms are never the groom, and I would say always the bridesmaid, never the bride, right? So
there you go.
I hope you guys win. Whoever between United and Spurs wins, and Chelsea wins as well.
Please.
Spurs? Oh, Spurs. Okay, so Spurs.
I want Ange to have that. I want all those. That hope has to be real.
Do you understand?
And we want Chelsea to win as well.
Yeah,
Chelsea.
I'm all right with Chelsea.
Is the team
Chelsea women.
The North London team to win a trophy?
Yes.
Before Arteta wins a trophy?
That would be
That's going to be great.
It would be really funny. It would be funny.
This is their fourth manager since Arteta's been there, and they might get a trophy first. Whoa!
It would be.
See, like, this is the banter we need.
In my personal life, I won't be able to go full out, but I might literally hop on Twitter that day if like all the teams win, all the London teams win, and City win, or even if Crystal Palace wins. Like I know you guys don't want that.
I mean, it's a London team too.
Yeah, if Crystal Palace wins, that's another London team, and I will be on Twitter all day for that. All day.
I love it. Oh man. Okay. Well, hopefully, can't wait to laugh. Yes, the Arsenal hate the great uniter.
It really is. Wow, this is wonderful.
And you know what's funny? Sorry, just to say this. You know what's really funny is that I like to hate them for banter purposes, but they're not actually my rival. Like I don't care.
Same.
At the end of the day, I'm more interested in United losing than Arsenal losing. But I just like to needle them because they're so easy to make fun of.
It is pretty fun.
I can see that.
Yep. Oh man. Well, always a pleasure. Appreciate you. Have a good rest of your night.
Yeah. Good night, guys. Have a good rest of the season. She's still going on. See you guys.
Yep. See ya. Hey, now time for our Shades of Blue Network brother, Tom Bomb's other show, bro. Our good friend, Nicholsian.
Nichols Odeon. Mark.
Nickelodeon.
Hey,
Nickelodeon with the S in the middle of it.
That's the best I've said it.
It's so
let me do
crazy
this.
that you can't say
Let
that.
me do this. I actually said it in one. Oh, I was close. That was the closest I've ever been. Like, why can't y'all be happy for me? Why can't y'all be happy for me?
Mark, can you say it for the record for the people, please?
He said it.
Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon. Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
look at that.
yeah.
Instead of Nickelodeon,
Nickelodeon. Just put an S in there.
You know what, Crunk? I
Wow.
appreciate the effort.
You gotta say what it's
appreciate
And
the
I
effort.
try.
I heard it. You know what? It was your best attempt yet.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
a real
you.
teacher. That's a teacher. That's teacher talk. Like, oh, you did so much better. That's 73. I love
That's what I'm
that. I love
saying.
that.
Progress monitoring.
Yeah,
It's better
just
than
acknowledge
50.
my
It's a plus
progress.
23 growth. Growth mindset. There we go.
We support each other. You know, many
Let's just start
support
calling
each
this
other
man
more.
Greedy Mark. Greedy Mark is in the building, y'all.
Whoa.
That Chelsea woman's greed. Nothing like it.
Nothing
like it.
nothing
Not-
like it. That's facts.
Totally
That's why this last episode of the 12 was so like interesting to record, because you had some things to say about something.
Man, and you know it's funny. It's like I had time to think about it. I had time to process it, right? You know, I watch all the podcasts, all the takes, and so on, and it's just like, okay, like it's hard to be ungrateful when you haven't lost a match domestically, right? But it's like, damn, dog, like, did we really go out like that?
Yes.
8-1. I say
Yes.
8-1 because that last goal doesn't count for me. It was in injury time in the second leg. It was well over. We lost that shit 8-1. Like, just totally hapless on both sides. It's like we're too good to be looking like that. Like that was my overall really frustration at the end of the day. You know, so
Is it a fireable offense to you? To go out that way? Seriously, like I'm not joking. Like, is there something where you think it should be like, no, you gotta go?
No, well, you know what? It's honestly not a ridiculous question because what we have mutual Chelsea fan friends who absolutely want her gone.
Yes,
But
they do.
they also never really wanted her in the first place. I think that was probably what's most interesting to me about like I guess the overall reaction from the Chelsea fan base about this result. It's like how you felt about Bomba Store going in. You kind of it didn't really change it for you, right? So I saw people saying, for example, well, we tried to go toe to toe with Barcelona and it didn't work, but fair play. I don't agree with that, right? Like I don't believe you should treat any match as like an experiment. Like if you're gonna put a team out there, especially in a semifinal against Barcelona, you better be pretty effing sure it's gonna work, right? And so I just don't see how I think her plans were bad. You know what I mean? And I think there were some things like, okay, the fullbacks, right? We talked a lot about Lucy Broads. We talked a lot about Baltimore playing out of position. Well, like she did this experiment all season and it backfired on the biggest stage, right? Like that has to be called out. So it's stuff like that where it's like, all right, Sonia. But why I don't say it's a fireable offense is because I think that winning the Champions League is going to be like a multi-year project, right? Like at the end of the day, in the women's game, it's not as much parity, right? And so, like in the basically modern era, you've had Lyon and Barcelona going back and forth, trading the Champions League, right? So, you know, like I guess what I learned is that Chelsea still has some ground to make up before they get to Barcelona. So that's why we need everybody, man. So come on down, Olivia Smith. Come on down to London. You know, take the whatever highway it is down to London and, you know, put on that Chelsea blue. Because
I'm happy that City's helping Barca stop you all. Laya, go do better. Go do better over there. Go back home and stop Chelsea. That's the mission, okay? That's the mission.
Oh my gosh. It's I love this because Tom continuing this, which I love it. It's no different than my Musiala to City thing. It's same energy. So, you know, because
that is the coach that I want at Manchester City Women's Football Club. That is the coach that has to be coaching there. Like that is the thing that will give the team the best opportunity at a trophy.
What does he do? For those that don't know, what does he do well? Like, what is his thing? I know he won with pride, but like, what is his like vision, his tactics? Like,
So like he's more of a like counter pressing defensive team, but because you have the attackers that you do, because you do have Barbara Banda, because you do have March is still playing at a high level, because you do have a player like Ali Watt, like you're able to play in transition a lot. And like I think that we have been so used to Gareth Taylor like containing the team. Like we have horses that can go. Like if we need to get in our Ferraris and drive them.
That's fair. That's big facts.
Yeah, I definitely feel like City need to do something big either way, right? You know what I mean? Like I think like this is a huge summer for City. Obviously not being in the Champions League. But also, I mean, like okay, like for example, if City don't start acting right pretty soon, like how long is Bunny gonna want to stay? I think it's that type of thing. And like like just a year ago, it's like they were this close. 1 minute away. 1 minute away.
So much changes. I think Bunny's gone.
Hate Stina Blackstenius for that. I will always hate her.
Those damn whites. Fucking hate them all. I think Bunny's gone. I'm so
already.
Serious. It's not even a joke.
Oh.
That woman has used PTO forever. When Bunny been to work? How many people use all their PTO before they
She's not even doing practice. She's like
she don't be there. She don't be there. Like I feel like she back in Jamaica chilling. Like I'm not coming back. I'm coming back with a new club. There's only one place to go unless she wants to reintegrate Arsenal. You go to Chelsea, and now you just have the craziest attack in the history of England.
If she goes, that's aggressive. I at least have her
just
going
play
to like
4-4-2.
Lyon or something.
Just play 4-4-2.
I have her going to Lyon. I at least have her leaving the. Like Tarek will tell you, last night I was crashing out about Bunny Shaw for like 15 minutes.
Tarek, yep, he did.
Yeah. And unfortunately, ain't nothing you can say. It's just like,
let it out. Let it out.
You can't let her leave. Can't
No,
again,
it just feels like it.
Devin Kien. I don't see them play. Who are they? Who are the black players?
I think Michelle Ashiman probably.
Oh, Tom, you're muted.
Oh, Tom, you're mute.
On loan at Brighton, that doesn't count. Next,
I'm gonna say they don't count. Like I need you in the current squad. Like don't be talking about.
Are you playing?
I'm not sure. I'm not actually sure who you're talking about. That was my guess.
Michelle Aguimang and Viv Lee. Do they wear red and white every week? Do they put on the white shorts? I haven't seen them play. I'm just saying. But yeah, Bunny's gone, and I gotta prepare myself for that type of hurt. And like, you can't be like expecting it or not expecting it, and it shocks you one day when you wake up at 7 a.m. Eastern. No, I need to know now in my spirit, and I'm just ready for her to wear Chelsea. She can go and just go with Maya Ramirez, and it can be battering Rams like the Bash sisters from Mighty Ducks, and they just go crazy and beat up center backs. And Sonya will have a field day with that. She could just go long balls the whole day.
As greedy as I am, I can't see it. Like because we have Sam Kerr supposedly going to be coming back soon.
She could play behind them. You could do this. Don't act like you couldn't make it work. You play enough matches. You go for 4 trophies a year. You need more attacking. People get injured every year. You just wanted Olivia Smith. Why wouldn't you want Bunny Shaw? Clearly, Olivia Smith was fine. So you might as well take Bunny too.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna argue with you too hard, but
if you insist,
yeah, right. You're gonna twist my arm.
My God,
we will need at least one winger, because there's no word about Canada signing a new deal. She played a lot, and I think she's gone. Also, Guro Wrighton, even though she extended her contract to next season, I'm not convinced that she's going to stick around. Like, she definitely seemed less in favor as the season went along. So, we might be having to replace 2 attacking midfielders next season. So, I don't know. But,
I'll take that.
Man, you know what? I would do that trade. All right, if we could do trades.
I was sitting here typing
me official.
I'm gonna need Mia and something else.
Yeah,
send me Cat Matario on over this way. Y'all don't need
2
Cat.
Americans for Bunny.
Send me Cat and Mia, and y'all can do y'all thing.
So apparently, through the grapevines, we're hearing that Cat may not be happy may not be
Yeah, she's not
loving life
playing.
with Sonya.
I'm just saying, like, she
She's
was
not
at
playing.
Lyon with Sonya and said, I'm leaving Lyon.
And now here comes Sonya.
And then here her old boss come from her old job to her new job, and she's like, "What the fuck?"
Could you imagine doing that in real life? Oh my
would be
god!
so
I'd love to
shit,
get
bro.
away
I
from
would
you,
be
and
so
now you follow
Crash out
me,
would be immense.
bro.
It would
I'm
be
crashing out
immense.
daily.
Bro,
I'm crashing
Hey,
out every day.
let me just say this,
Yeah.
Charlie. My wife's a teacher.
Yeah.
She's had a principal that she left the school, and then the next school year,
Oh my
here
god!
comes this principal. I ain't saying no names, but I'm just saying
My
it
heart,
has
I
happened.
can't imagine. Oh my god,
Bro.
I can't imagine that pain.
Could you imagine if
Can't
you
imagine it.
relocated and that happened? Oh my god.
Especially a whole other country. It's not even like
You crossed the sea. You literally crossed the sea to get away from this woman, and this woman found her way back to you.
Yeah.
Emma left you for dead. Emma said, "Nope, sorry, bye."
Good point,
no.
Lou.
It is.
Oh no!
Good point.
Hey, that's not the energy I need. Oh
Man, that's crazy.
No, but I mean, I will say, like, I didn't understand. So, Kat McCarver came on in the first leg against Barca. She created the only moment of hope that Chelsea had. I still don't know how she saw that pass, right? And then, so like after that happened, I was like, okay, so she's gonna start the next leg, right? Like, because Lauren James had gotten hurt right before they played Barca. You're missing that creative outlet. So you're thinking, oh, you have this, this player who can kind of be a 9, kind of be a 10. She's a creative outlet. She can pass, she can score, and you don't start her in the second leg. Like that was what I was like, hey, what are we doing here? And then we get rolled anyway. Like if I was Kat, I'd be pissed too. If I was actually Lawrence, I'd be really pissed.
Yeah,
you gotta watch Lucy Bronze's slow ass play in front of you every
That's
week.
racism. It's racism. Let's call it what it is.
Like
Racism.
this is her tracking back. Like this is Lucy Bronze facing Claudia Pina.
That lady.
Oh,
you know what?
That sounds so bad when you say that sentence out loud.
Hey,
Lucy Bronze chasing Claudia Pina.
And you guys would know this better than I would. What was her relationship with Bunny? I know they played at Tennessee together. So if we got Ashley Lawrence to come over, would that kind of alleviate some of the Bunny concerns? Would that make her send her over to us?
Good. I did not know they played together.
They played at Tennessee
Ashley
together?
Lawrence in
I thought Ashley Lawrence went to West Virginia.
Yeah, Ashley Lawrence.
Oh no. Who am I thinking of?
Oh,
I was like, whoa, that's news to me.
No.
Ashley Lawrence went to West Virginia with Khadijah Buchanan.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
You're right. Yeah.
And now they're together. Look at that. Canadian sister. Love that. Love that for them.
You're right.
That's beautiful. Mark, I said Nick. Mark, can I ask you about your men? Did it matter today? Like,
man,
did you care?
Chelsea don't belong in the Conference League. And I don't mean that to be like snobby.
It's too rich. No, it's real. It's too rich.
They're too rich. Like I remember, like in the group stage, just really stood out to me. It's like you watching us roll FC Noah and Ghent, and like there are literally 2 or 3 teams in this competition that I've heard of, and 2 of them played in the other semifinal today. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it just.
But you can't lose to Anthony now. You cannot let Spanish Anthony come and beat you. Y'all gotta beat that man.
That's the other thing. Like, there's no joy in this for me as a fan, right? Like, I expect us to win. The worth of our squad is several times the worth of our opponent's squad, typically, right? And then it's like, yeah, we're not gonna care about this. This would mean a lot more to Real Betis or Fiorentina, or like when West Ham won it. The way those people celebrated. The people are never gonna see another trophy in their lifetime, probably, right?
More likely, yeah.
Whereas for us, it's like, oh, we did the European treble. Like, we don't fucking care about this, man. It's a farce. And then, like, with the way Chelsea been spending money and been doing, trying to do accounting tricks, like sell the women's team to themselves, right? Like, there are things that the Premier League allows that UEFA absolutely does not go for, right? And so, if Chelsea qualify for European competition next season, their accounts are going to be under scrutiny. They might get penalized. They might get sanctioned. And it's like, it took you had to spend $1 billion right? Break
Just to make
rules
fourth place.
to win the effing Conference League. Like, this is where we're at. This is where we're at. It's like we have an extra Champions League spot this year, and we still might not make it. I mean, it's
No,
neck
y'all
and
are gonna
neck.
make it. Y'all are gonna make it.
You know what's funny? Like, I thought 2 weeks ago, I was like, "There's no way we're making it." Newcastle's looking serious. Nottingham's looking serious. So now all these teams are falling back and giving Chelsea hope. Like, this is what happens.
Liverpool going to sleep helped y'all. Liverpool was drunk.
Yeah.
They won
were
the title,
clearly
And then
hungover.
Nottingham Forest falling off.
Yeah,
Which
that's
I
the big one.
always
As we
thought
all
they
knew what
would.
happened. You called it, Terry. You called it.
But I didn't think it would be this late in the season. I thought they were going to fall off much earlier, but that didn't happen. But then when we got to we saw, okay, this is what the run in for them is. It's like, yeah, they're not gonna make it through that.
Yeah. So, well, and speaking of running, so Chelsea have 3 games left. It's at Newcastle, home to Manchester United, at Nottingham. At Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, that last match is gonna be.
That's the match I'm watching the last day of the season.
Probably for a spot.
Yeah,
that's gonna be my second TV. I can't wait. I cannot wait to see who's gonna lose out on Champions League.
That's hilarious.
It's like the Europa League final, man. Fiorentina, Sevilla. That is the Sevilla special.
You know what I'm saying?
They
like,
do love that competition.
No, like, actually, I threw on the Betis Fiorentina match. It was a fun match. You know, went to extra time. It was intense. You know, it had all the little what do you call it, handbags, you know what I'm saying, a little scuffling that the fake fight they like to do. It was perfect. It was great. Like, it was what football, it was like, you know, you could tell these people cared, but like it was just never, I don't know, like dude said, we just need to hurry up and get out of this competition.
It's almost over, man. It's almost over.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I actually enjoyed the talking about Chelsea men's situation, because Enzo or Maresca, whatever your manager, yes,
damn, the disrespect.
He is highly maligned. Like, people this Chelsea fan base don't seem to be very happy with him, and he even tried to calm everyone down at the beginning of the season, saying, hey, expecting us to be in a European competition spot is a little much. And now you're there. You have to win this competition. I feel like he has to get the top 6, but that doesn't even guarantee that he gets to keep his job. So like it's going to be very interesting in a situation. Do you expect him to be the manager next year?
I do, only because there's no way they can change managers again, right? Like, and they gave this dude a 5-year deal, right? And so, like, those payouts, right, and those payouts count against you in FFP. So it's like they can't, like, I really feel like they're at the brink of what they can do. They honestly breached some rules, but you know, they're using every loophole they possibly can,
selling hotels to themselves,
selling
the women's team to themselves. Like, exactly. They're doing everything. Yeah,
every accounting trick in the book. But that, you know, like all that talk of Champions League, like, you know, if we get it, cool. If we don't, cool. I think that's BS. I think Chelsea need this Champions League badly, because like this whole like, well, we up until recently blank front shirt, right? And now we have a temporary sponsor for a few weeks. Like, all of that is ridiculous, like, objectively. You know what I mean? These people, you know, they got to get a long-term proper sponsor, and in order to be able to keep operating the way they want to, but they're not going to do that without Champions League football. So I think
they got lucky with the Club World Cup, because they got to be in because they were previous winner. And there's a lot of money that they can make in this competition to make up for the fact that they didn't have, you know, Champions League this year or whatever. I don't know, you know, where the money would fall this season or next season or whatever. I don't know about all that, but just there's a lot of money that they would make, you know, they would be available to them, especially if they go deep in the competition.
That's an excellent point. But, and again, they luck out again, right? Like, because the whole thing, you know, FIFA's like trying desperately to make the Club World Cup relevant, right? Like, ticket sales are slow, you know, teams don't want to take it seriously. So that big prize money is why that's part of like FIFA trying to make a push to you know, have these teams take it seriously. So yeah, I mean, that's a good point. I don't know. Like it feels like they're gonna get away with it. It's just like it's so astounding to me. Like this has just felt like the most haphazard, um, project, and I don't know what the end game is. All it is, it's like sign all these know big potential youth players and you know basically see what happens.
Mark, I think y'all beat Liverpool by a year. I was looking at the 32 teams and I'm like, oh, that spot for the latest winner, I think it went to y'all over Liverpool, which is crazy how that worked out and how it could benefit the club. Because Liverpool won in 8, they
Oh,
won in 19 and y'all won in 21 or something, right? No, y'all
yes,
won in
yes, yes.
21. Yeah,
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
18, 21. Like, but the point is like it's crazy how they work. Like when you won mattered so much for this, which
Yeah.
actually could save and change so much. So again, hope y'all lose in the round of 16. But we'll see. We'll see. I was
Well,
nothing good for
I think
Chelsea.
Chelsea and
That
City might be able
Champions League
might end
final,
up playing. I think Chelsea and City might end up playing each other. I think they're on a
they
path.
could.
Yeah,
Yeah, they'll
actually,
lock in. I don't need that. I don't need that stress in the summer. That's a
Where would
vacation
that
time.
where
I
would
don't
that
want to
match
stress.
be at?
Ooh.
I want to say Atlanta. I could be wrong, but I do know that Chelsea and City are playing in Atlanta in the group stage.
They are. Yep. I'm actually looking at coming to that Atlanta game.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I'll let you boy.
Oh, you know it. Yeah, you, Grego. They're a group of people.
It's open.
ATL Citizens. I want to meet up with them as well. They have some cool things that they got going on there. So yeah,
Nice.
that's the aim.
Yeah, come on through. We'll make a party of it.
All right, well, brother, please plug yourself. Let people know where they can find you and the things that you do.
Yes, you can find me at Nickelzodian, like you see my username.
Nickelzodian.
Yep. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Blue Sky at nickelzodian.ftcbd.com.
Just gonna say it right after he does.
That's how we learn.
I don't think I'm on anywhere else. I'm not really on Twitter. My account's still active, but I don't use it. But yeah. Oh, and you can find me at FT for the Culture Podcast. You can find me at the 12, which is part of the Shades of Blue network. Definitely check us out if you want to know more about the WSL, what's going on, the news on and off the field. Me, Tom Baum, Treb, and DT, we all have a good time. Treb, if you're watching, I hope you're doing well. And where else can you find? Oh, sometimes you can find me on Atlanta United Fan TV, especially like post-match streams. So if you're into MLS at all, check me out over there. But yeah, that's it for now.
Hey,
Damn.
All right, brother. You have a good rest of your evening. We'll chat soon.
Thank you as well. Thank you so much for having me, you guys.
Take care, bro.
Of course.
Good to see you, man.
Oh man, what a show! Thank you to Sim, Kudzi, and Mark. I'm not even gonna try it again. I said it twice.
You got it. You got it. Come on, one time for the people. One time. You got it. You got it.
Nope.
You got it. Damn, Nickelzodian was too hard. Goddamn.
I'm in my head. I got the yips.
Nickelzodian.
Oh man, we have an amazing show next week. We got Amy Damali. We got one of the twins coming through.
Hey,
so we're gonna definitely start off with some chaos. Kathleen Gier, she's coming back through. Yeah, I knew you were like that. KC stand up and Devin, the homie Devin the dude. So we'll have some red on tomorrow, next week. So
cannot wait.
Shades of Blue, and then Asna. So show bros, appreciate y'all for hanging out. Everybody have a good rest of the evening. You know the vibes. Shady gang, shady gang, shady gang.